Hey, this is Antonio. Welcome back to my channel, and we're going to have some fighting words. But before we go any further, I need for you to like this video and also subscribe to the channel. So it looks like a bidding war has begun. Everybody wants a piece of Oleksandr Usyk. So we have the promoter for Tyson Fury saying, hey, we want that fight. As if, Deontay Wilder's just some walk in the park. And out of nowhere, guess who we got? We got Joe the Juggernaut Joyce talking about, I want that fight. And without being rude, I don't know if anybody in their right mind wants to see Joe Joyce and Oleksandr Usyk fight. You have the slowest man on earth with the most skilled man who is not going to bust a grape. And I don't know who wants to see that fight. I can personally tell you I don't want to see it. But you know what's happening? AJ, Anthony Joshua, just flexed some muscle. I mean, it's already, listen, if we learn anything from Deontay Wilder, it's honor your contract, okay? And AJ flexed his muscle. He's like, no, I want that rematch. Well, I guess it's sooner than later. We're talking February. Yep. So sooner than later, he wants that. And I believe he sees what a lot of us saw. He is capable of beating Oleksandr Usyk. Just a few minor adjustments, but he's capable. I mean, listen, he didn't get blown out. He didn't get shut down. He didn't get knocked out. He lost, but he didn't get beat up. You know what I mean? He didn't get beat up. It wasn't to the point where, sometimes you'll say a fight and you'll see somebody say, well, I want a rematch, and it's like, for what? For what? If you look at Granados and Conor Benn, Granados is like, I should have won that. Conor's looking at him like he's lost a few marbles in that ring. However, he wasn't beat up to the point where it's just like, you just made it through or anything like that. No. Granados felt like, hey, he won, but he didn't win to the point where my feelings are hurt. He didn't beat me like that. He beat me to the point where the judges said he won. And the same thing with Oleksandr Usyk and Anthony Joshua. The scorecard said he won, but AJ didn't look defeated, even in his, which, again, I got to commend him for his post-fight conference where he was just like, I'm not going to go home and cry. No, I'm going to get back on there, get back on the horse, and I'm going to come back stronger. I'm going to see what I did wrong. I'm going to look at the fight, and I'm going to come back AJ 3.0. And we got to respect him for that. He didn't cry. He's not one of these guys like, I'm going to retire now, or I'm going to take a 6-month sabbatical and just think about life, and maybe I'll end up saving the Dolphins or something like that. No, he's like, I want to get back in there, because what Usyk did wasn't enough to convince Anthony Joshua that he couldn't win. And when you ask me what's the heart of a champion or what's the mindset of a champion, I would say that's the mindset of a champion. Instead of crying and soaking, he's like, what did I do wrong? How can I improve? And how soon can I get back in there to show that I am who I think I am and what I've been saying I am? I didn't just trip on a banana peel and get 4 belts. I earned them. I fought for them. So I don't see any reason why he can't get back in there. And again, this wasn't a point where, he was hurt or something like that, where you have like a Billy Joe Saunders and his eye socket's messed up or something like that. No, this is at worst, the most that is messed up is his feelings. But looking at the press conference, he wasn't even fazed by that. I mean, he flat out told Eddie Hearn in the locker room, let's get that rematch. He still has his trunks on. Let's get that rematch. That's how confident he is he can beat Oleksandr Usyk. And, I don't know why, but, with age, I don't know if it's because of the way he looks or the bodybuilding. I don't know. But, a lot of people just think maybe he doesn't have that warrior spirit or heart. And I don't know. He fights Vladimir Klitschko. He gets back up on his feet, but nobody credits him for that. But yet we'll credit Tyson Fury for getting back up from when he gets knocked down by Wilder. You know, it's like we got to be fair across the board. And they'll say, "Oh, he got knocked out by Ruiz. He didn't get knocked out. He got knocked down, and he repeatedly got back up." And I don't care who you are. If you get hit in the back of your head, you're going to go down because your legs are going to be noodles at that point. So he's showing me time and time again. Yeah, okay. Listen, Saturday wasn't his night, you know, but he's showing me he has that champion heart. He has that champion warrior-like spirit, and he's coming back for a rematch, and he believes he can win it. And he's shown me in rematches. I mean, the only rematch that he had, but he's showing me. But it's the only rematch that he had, but he won by unanimous decision. I mean, he pretty much had his way. At the end of the fight, Ruiz is like begging him for, "Oh, come on." You know, he's like pumping his chest. It's like, dude, you had 11 rounds to do something, and you choose the 12th round to start pumping your chest. So, if anything, Anthony Joshua just shows me he's the type of athlete that he can learn something, he can retain that knowledge, and he can implement that on the night of. That's what it shows me. So, I don't want to say he's the type of guy that may not always get it right the first time because this is boxing. We can't just keep having you lose and coming back, lose and coming back. But listen, of all people, I definitely want to see a rematch between AJ and Oleksandr Usyk. I do not want to see Joe Joyce versus Oleksandr Usyk. I mean, I don't think a kitchen sink could knock out Joe Joyce, and Joe Joyce is slower than a turtle. So it would just be a very straining fight, you know, to watch somebody with very limited skills and slow at that versus somebody with elite top-notch skill but doesn't have the power to put a guy away. It would just, you know, it's kind of like excruciating, you know, at that point, because he's not going to hurt Joe Joyce at any point. Would he frustrate him? Yeah, he could frustrate him. He's not going to hurt him. He's not going to hurt him. He's not going to slow him down. Joe's going to keep coming, and he's going to pump that jab out. And we all know is Joe Joyce is going to be this all night. And he doesn't even punch like this. He punches like this. He paws at people. And that's literally what you're going to see all night is that long pawing jab all night. And I don't think anybody wants to see that. That's not the most entertaining fight in the world. Not a knock against Joe Joyce, but styles make fights, and we do not want to. I think I can speak for the masses when I say nobody wants to see Joe Joyce versus Oleksandr Usyk. Period. You know, no. Joe Joyce, AJ, I'm on board for that. Joe Joyce, Wilder, I'm on board for that. Not Usyk. No, not Usyk. Who else? So then we have, you know, Tyson Fury, like, hey, I want that fight. And it's like, you got your hands full, buddy. You got your hands full. I mean, Deontay Wilder is to the point where he's making death threat messages on Instagram talking about what he's going to do to you. You need to focus yourself on that man who's not coming to have a boxing match with you. He's coming to inflict harm on your body, okay? And I'm going to leave it at that, because if you let the things that Deontay Wilder says, it can be pretty dark on what he's planning. And if all goes his way and well with him, what would happen in the outcome? So Tyson might be a little bit, you know, ahead of himself. Like you got a bigger fish to fry. You got a lot to be worried about on your end. So let's just let AJ get this rematch in, because he needs that. We all need it too. That was a really good fight. So we need that. And I don't know about how you guys feel, but when I see heavyweights fight, I kind of want to see knockouts. You know, you guys are like 200 pounds plus, 230 plus. I want to see knockouts. I don't want to see guys go to the 12th rounds. I want to see knockouts. I want to see destruction. I want to see devastation. That's what a heavyweight fight brings to the game. All right, that's the difference between, you know, the little guys and the giants. Destruction, pain, carnage. Okay, I want to see that. I want to see that. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited about February. I'm excited that AJ wants this, and it's something that I think he'll get up for in the morning to go and do his runs and all that. So just want to share the good news. I can't wait for it, but I want to know what you got to say down below. And as always, like the video and please subscribe.